So welcome back, everybody. I'm Jennifer, and that's Jeff, and we are today a lot of people have had a lot of comments about asking for a wind turbine update, so we're going to do that today. But before I get into that, and while he gets his stuff together, I wanted to say thank you so much for all the comments that we've had on the last few videos, and I love all the conversations. And for those of you that are new to the channel, I welcome you. And if we haven't had the pleasure of chatting in the comments, please say hello. But we hope that you enjoy this video and get something from it, and maybe you could even teach us a little bit if you know a little bit about it. We've gotten lots of good advice. I've had a few questions. I think we have an idea of how we can really make this thing work a little better for us. So we're going to test it out and see today. But either way, we'll have an update and kind of more of an idea of what it is doing. So y'all just stay tuned. We apologize for the noise of the fan in the background. We're getting a lot of sun right now. Today's a beautiful sunny day. So, what do you call that thing?
Charge controller.
No, the cooling fan is what's running. I couldn't think of the word. So anyway, you'll hear the fan in the background, but I'm sorry about that. All right, Jeffrey, tell the people what your plan is.
Well, since we don't have any wind blowing today, we're going to take the opportunity to move the wind turbine to a smaller 12-volt battery, because I think that it's not working like we thought it would, because our batteries here never get below the I guess the threshold of the voltage on these batteries here to allow for this charge controller to allow the wind turbine to work. So yeah, I'm going to move it to a smaller 12-volt system.
What would they need to be on for that to kick on? Was it 24 something?
I can't remember what the guidelines are.
Oh.
It'd be probably below 24.
Yeah, and these don't really get below 25.
26.
25.8 if I'm making coffee.
Well, that don't count when it's under load.
I know. I'm just saying that's about the lowest that it gets.
So we'll just start by unhooking this from the bus bars here. It's fairly simple. This lead here. And there's no wind blowing, so we don't have nothing to worry about as far as power. So I don't really worry about it too much anyway.
What do you mean, like electrocution?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I honestly understand none of this. I'm just glad it works and we have power. What are you doing now?
This is the leads from the windmill. So it's cut loose now. We can just remove this here charge controller.
I'm not good about having random holes in my wall though. I'll just be honest about that. Could you use that for anything else? Or somewhere else?
What?
The charge controller.
I'm putting it in the bathroom.
So that's moving to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm. It's got to.
More holes.
Yeah, more holes. I just told you a while ago. More holes in the bathroom.
I thought you meant the ones in the floor from running the... You gotta run holes in the floor.
No, we gotta have this too.
So even more holes.
Yes, more holes. Try to pull these out one at a time. I need you to hold them here and kind of feed them to me. Please.
So if y'all are like me and all this technical stuff just makes you want to glaze over, roll over and die, hate it, just stick with us. I got some videos coming up about garden plans, the seeds we're picking this year. The gardening course I'm taking. I'm learning a lot from that. I'm supposed to be helping him with this. I'm learning a lot from that, and I'll share that with you in one of the upcoming videos. So just hang with the channel. It's not all like this stuff. Thanks.
Since we have it all unhooked, we're going to relocate it in here to the bathroom onto the Nature's Head toilet ventilation fan on a small 12 volt, just a 12 volt lead acid car battery. I'm not going to worry about the gases off the battery because this thing ain't really going to make enough power to worry about it too much, so not really a concern right now to me. But we'll hook all this back up in here and we'll run the wires in through the floor and connect everything back up, and then we'll keep an eye on it and see how it's working on this smaller battery with less voltage. So,
And the purpose of having to keep this battery charged
is to run the ventilation fan on the Nature's Head.
Yeah, it
to
keeps
keep
it
the
from...
smell down, and it keeps the moisture out.
Yeah.
Which helps compost the solid waste. So
yeah,
we'll see how it works. You think like right here, Big U?
It's fine with me. It's out of the way.
Okay. Well, I'll get her mounted up there. I'm unhooking the wires from here to take them in and feed them through the floor out, because it'll just be easier for me to do it that way.
Oh, so because it's so
It's
low.
low, and I'm not going to squeeze myself in there to feed them up. So I'll just feed them down and grab a hold of them and pull them out, and then bring them up here, put fresh wires in, because we've had breaks here and there. So we'll put new fresh wires in and start over with it pretty much.
Okay. We need to keep Ellie away from them.
Well, if I get it working right, I'll put it in the ground.
Okay.
That was my idea anyway, was to put it in the ground.
Original plan, once you got it working?
Yeah. To put it in a piece of that PEX over there and then bury it.
Yeah, okay. And what were your thoughts on people saying that this wasn't high enough?
Well, it's probably not exactly high enough. It could be higher, for sure. My thoughts were, this is just a test.
Yeah.
If you remember in the first video, I said that we're just testing. So I'm not really worried about the height right now. With us being up on the mountain, we're already up higher in elevation, so.
Yeah, and there's really nothing blocking it. This thing will get to going really good. I mean, sometimes I feel like those blades are gonna fly off because we have a lot of wind up here often, and it comes from this area where there's no obstructions.
Yeah, during Christmas, when that winter storm came through, it was 60 miles an hour winds.
Yeah, and that thing was wide open.
I mean,
like, I don't think it could have turned any faster.
My hopes are to figure out how to, if it works good on this 12 volt system, to take it from here and move it maybe to here and mount it to this woodshed.
So I'm mounting the pole right there so it'll be up above that?
Yes.
That'd be cool.
That's my hopes. If it works right. Well,
I didn't know that, but that's a good idea.
I mean, I could get more of this, but and put it on here and make it taller, but we'd have to get cables to tie it off with, because it'll blow the pole around when it gets tall.
Yeah, because we have some serious wind up here. They even canceled school the other day for expected high winds, which that was the one day we didn't feel it up here. But they canceled school because of expected high winds. What's wrong?
Oh no.
I thought you just said, oh no.
I did. I got a mess.
I didn't do it this time.
Yes, you did.
This man always blames me when there's cords or wires or something that's all knotted up. And
this came out here. You know, just like it used to be bad luck for women to, you know, get on the boat with men.
Oh, good grief.
It's bad luck for women to be around any kind of electrical work.
I didn't do it.
And it's bad luck for men to be in the kitchen.
Whatever. So we've recruited Bryson to come help feed the wire through the floor. We're waiting on Jeff to get under the house. Sounds like he's about there. What was that?
Sounds like he's tearing the house down.
He's grunting under there. And then he's trusted me to hold the roll. Is he crying for help?
I don't know. You got it.
Oh, he's got it. Okay.
What are you doing?
Are you stuck?
Why are you messing with the gas line?
He's not. He's just trying to get around stuff. Oh no. I gotta fit. Is it going?
Yep. Feed the water to me, Mama.
You know, if we were smart, we'd move that very portable toilet out of the way so we could work.
It ain't bothering me.
Or so you could work.
It's not in my way.
So you hook those 3 red to those 3 green.
Yep.
And then what?
And then
We won't be able to test this till a windy day though, right?
yeah.
So that update will have to be in another video. So but you can test and see what the battery level's like today. We'll keep up with that.
I'll hook that other thing up.
But you can see what it's at today. And then test it when we have a windy day.
I realized something I should have done differently.
What?
Should have drilled a bigger hole and put the solar panel wire in here too.
Is that something that can be done later?
Yeah.
Explain to us what the solar panel hole would be for.
For summertime, charging of this battery when the wind ain't blow.
Yeah, when it's not our windy season, we've got a, what do you call that thing? It's just like one little panel outside.
100-watt solar panel from Harbor Freight.
A what?
100-watt solar panel and charge controller from Harbor Freight.
Okay. Right now, what is it? It's outside by the outhouse for what?
It's not being used.
Okay.
One of them is for the light in the outhouse.
And then we got the other one that you can use so we can keep this battery charged with sunlight later on.
Okay. There's 5 yellow butt connectors in there where you get them.
Yeah.
When we get the solar panel hooked up, it'll come in here. But for the meantime, I'm just going to use this so I'll know how much power we have in the battery. So.
Is this something I'm going to have to remember or write down?
What do you mean, remember or write down?
Like, do we need to remember this number for when the wind's blowing?
Yeah, I'll remember it though. I don't need to do that.
We both know that ain't happening.
That's for sure.
I'll know what I need to know. Have everything hooked up and connected. This is your wind generator charge controller. This is the charge controller for the solar. It'll tell us what charge level we're at. It's a little low now because it hasn't been on charge for a couple weeks now, but I don't have the panels hooked up here yet. I'm just using it to monitor the batteries and see what happens. And we have no wind blowing today, so nothing's going to change here, but it's ready for whenever
test out.
Yeah, whenever we get a windy day, we'll be able to come in here and look and see what's going on. Okay, our hopes here is to not have to use this 12-volt battery charger anymore to keep our 12-volt battery here for the Nature's Head toilet vent. This is how we were having to keep the battery charged up in the past.
Yeah, and we'd come in and that cord will be all the way across here and plug it into the wall, and that's absolutely infuriating.
Whatever, it worked. My hope is to not even have to worry about it anymore, just to let it do its thing and be
So I ain't
done
got to jump over it every time I come in to use the bathroom.
with it. Yeah, and I can take that out of here.
That'd be awesome.
This is not permanent. Again, this is just a test.
So it's temporarily tied down to you. Is that what you're talking about? What's not permanent? The zip
The
ties or
wires
the
being, just these wires being loose like this.
Oh.
Nothing's permanent, just so we'll know. And if it don't work at all, we'll just have to take the whole thing down.
I think it'll work though. All right, well, the windmill is hooked back up, so we will update you as soon as we know how that's working. And for now, still no eggs, but hey, we're okay with that. We'll give y'all a break. But anyway, thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.